Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. A new film is coming your way. It is called The Boys in the Band, and I'm here with two of the band members, Zachary Quinto and Matt Bomer. It's fascinating about art is it's living and breathing. Whether it's a Van Gogh painting that gets rediscovered hundreds of years later, somebody listens to a Beatles song 60, 70 years after it was done. This was first brought to life 50 years ago, and there was an audience that experienced it. How do you think what lens they're viewing it through now is different?
I think there's ultimately something really universal about this story. It is told through the perspective of these 9 or 8 gay men and one questionable. But I feel like each of them is searching for some kind of longing for some kind of acceptance within themselves and in the world around them that I think audiences, contemporary audiences, no matter how they identify their sexual orientation, their gender identity, their social or political background, can really relate to that sense of longing for acceptance and connection and love. And, I think in this modern world, those pursuits are more complicated by technology and social media. And, I don't think it's gotten any easier to find that sense of love for oneself. And I think these characters represent that journey and that struggle. And I think people will be able to see that in the movie as they experience it.
What fascinates me too is social dynamics. As this party is unfolding, how we each kind of take on a role in a social environment like that. Some people are more bitchy and catty, and Matt, your character almost gets more introverted. I thought he's the quiet observer going out. And I was wondering if you could talk about that and how much does that relate to who you are at a party?
I have to say I would probably behave similarly to Donald in this instance. He does really seem to be the Horatio to Michael's Hamlet. He's there to support him, but he also knows when to bow out of the battle and to come back for that pieta moment at the end after, the dust has settled. I think he's done enough work on himself. It's not that he's not without neuroses or faults, but he's done enough work on himself to also see past those neuroses and have a sense of compassion for a lot of the people in the room. Bernard is one of his close friends, and so I think there are moments that hit him particularly hard. And there are shots that are fired, I think, particularly from Harold, that he knows it's time to get out of the line of fire. So I would probably behave pretty similarly to him.
How well do each of you do when you are verbally attacked? As in this show, there's that banter that's going on. Do you have the witty repartee to respond, or do you internalize and get quiet?
Oh, it depends on the circumstance. I don't think there are very many occasions on which I would internalize it. If I feel attacked, I think, I'll respond in kind as a person. I mean, I don't relish conflict, but I don't shy away from it if it's a necessary aspect of communicating. I feel like in this company, if you come for one of us, you come for all of us. So I think we'll all step up and stand up for one another in any way we need to.
Okay, I'm going to give you a little test because both of you went to college together. You went to Carnegie Mellon at around the same time. What is the name of the mascot of your college?
Tartans.
But there was an animal mascot. It had a name.
Scotty dog. It's a Scotty dog, but called the Carnegie Mellon Tartans because tartan is a type of Scotch plaid.
That's good.
Yes.
Did you guys know each other in school? Did you actually ever do shows together?
Oh yeah. Well, we didn't. Matt was in my auto drama.
Yes.
We never performed. I was a year ahead of Matt, so we didn't perform together in the same track because that's usually dictated by your class. But we were very good friends, certainly.
One of the best friends I had at school. One of the first people I ever came out to.
Totally.
The fact that we had that moment in college, and then 20 plus years later, we're doing Mark Crowley's play on Broadway was just made it extra surreal.
Yeah,
well,
really amazing.
Absolutely a terrific movie, and I encourage people, hopefully worldwide, they'll get a chance to see this. Matt, Zachary, thank you so much, and this is Scott Orlin. Until next time.
Thanks, Scott. Good to see you again.
Be well.
You too.